And now, your host of Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, JoJoNAloha.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey.
It is good to be here. Looks like the next update is Minecraft, but everything is copper now. And the end update conspiracy memes were so out of control that even Mojang got in on it. Lizzie and Joel unlocked a new advancement. And turns out the reason B-Dubs appears normal height is because he's like the kids in a trench coat standing on his mini-me.
Jesus, you need the eyes freaking in the bottom of your shoes.
Yes, there's a many B-Dubs standing up.
There's a B-Dubs.
Martin's kid joined Misadventures to defeat Jimmy, and on the way, well, just have a listen.
Are we really there, Dad?
Almost.
Classic. Don't make me turn this rat around. Mumbo finished his base by building a giant iron block.
What does this look like from back here? Oof. maybe from further away. Oh my gosh, it's the most unnoticeable thing. Oh, I've kind of ruined Joel's skyline a little bit. I remember Joel's passive-aggressive comments about my farms over here. I don't want to be on the receiving end of those again.
It's amazing what difference a week makes.
Guys, by the way, when Martin goes red, we can't be doing improv class because this will be trapped. You just know it's happening.
I love improv. I would not go against the certainty of it.
So basically, Ether wants to blow up the ball with everyone in it, but
sure,
we don't. Oh,
are you okay with that?
Okay, I wasn't ready for a sure.
That's quick to rebuild. That's fine. You can destroy the ball as long as I'm not in it. I don't mind.
We saw the first Gasketball tournament, the rebirth of Minecraft, and the finale of Past Life. Tango is such a good guy. His last act on Past Life was to save Big B from a creeper.
All right, there's creepers there. Careful.
Oh, yeah.
I just saved your life. I just saved your life.
Irony can be so cruel. And Sausage showed off his frog cosplay.
This is not canon. I'm not a frog, okay? I'm cosplaying a frog. So this is Frog Me. They look so cool, right? Look at this thing. I even have little spots. Oh, wait, you probably want me to ribbit, right? Ribbit.
He's got to be careful. Apparently B-Dubs eats frogs.
I'm not a frog.
I think the Nether just froze over because Jimmy embraced the nickel meme.
Dude, if I had a nickel for every... Mr. Norman, 1 cat. Mr. Flick, 2 cat. If I had a nickel for every cat. You think this is some kind of sick game, huh? Stupid 2 nickels! You're not getting in here!
Wait, Nether frozen over, Ice Cube in the Nether, end times, end update.
Bruh.
Thank you, everybody. We have a great show for you. Dingyfried is here. Welcome to Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, a show about the many worlds of Minecraft, worlds created by all of you out there. I'm your host, JoJoNAloha. And let's get right into it. Everybody give it up for our guest tonight, Dingyfried. Welcome, Dingyfried. Great to have you here.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. How'd you first get into Minecraft?
Well, I started playing back in 2014. It was Java 1.7.10 in Minecraft years. I was at the time I was in university studying for my civil engineering degree, and I was living in this tiny basement with these 3 other people, and one of them said, "Hey, we should all get Minecraft and play on a server together." And yeah, we did, and they all moved on from it, and I didn't.
What's your favorite part of the game or the community?
It's I guess like generally speaking, I would have to say, the community. Like my favorite part about it would probably be that it's very human, which I should probably explain because like we're not literally real life human people, but I just mean, like everything's got an algorithm these days, and Minecraft's community is like uniquely global and enormous, but at the same time it was made by the players rather than by the the company and by the game. So yeah, like you can be you can share your creativity without someone stealing your ideas or without a company stealing your ideas. You can be vulnerable and no one's going to harvest your data. Yeah, you can just like we can interact with each other and it feels very human, and it sort of gives me hope quite often that like when you get rid of all the algorithms and everything, the only thing that can truly tear humanity apart is a mob vote.
Yeah. Accurate.
Yeah, I've I guess it's more specifically to me, I also consider myself pretty lucky with communities. I haven't really been in many. I've only recently started, with multiplayer. Recently, I guess a few years ago now. So, not crazy recently, but yeah, like I've primarily on the Meerkats from Mars server. I've also recently joined the Building Toronto server, and of course, there's my channel's Discord. Shout out to the Dingy Disco dancers in the audience. But yeah, and actually, I've really enjoyed the Dingy Disco. It's Discord. Disco is just short for Discord, by the way. But yeah, it's been great because when you make YouTube videos, it's very one way. Like my audience gets to know me. They get to know my build style. They get to know my friends, and on my end, all I really know is what YouTube tells me, which is how many people left after 20 seconds into the video.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been really great getting to read through everyone's posts and seeing screenshots of their worlds. And yeah, it's been very humanizing. Reading through comments on YouTube helps. If you're watching this, leave a comment because I guarantee you,
Yes,
it
please.
might be. It's good for the algorithm, but it's great for self-confidence as a creator. That's what it's really for. But yeah, I love the Dingy Disco, and we've had quite a few events. Some of them some of them have been just over Discord. So we've done Minecraft live watch parties, and we've also had a few in-game events as well. So we've done creative sessions, and I suppose recently we did the Dingy Disco dance party, which you might have seen in my recent Meerkats video.
Yeah. In fact, that was how I found your channel at first, and we even featured it in last month's episode. So how'd you come up with that idea for the disco scene?
Well, I would say the main drive of it was just to showcase a specific banner technique. So that video, actually, I should explain the Meerkats from Mars series is like at the end of the day, a build tutorial series, although it's somewhat convoluted with other elements. But each episode is a standalone deep dive into a completely different topic, and we've done color gradients, storytelling. One was on vehicles. There was an interior decorations one, city planning. But episode 10, the most recent one, which is the one we're referring to, is about banners. And it covers everything. So there's banner fonts, banner paintings, murals, decorations, build hacks. And yeah, you name it. And because banners are a little bit slept on, and also a very visual element of the game, it's hard to describe certain build hacks that you can do with them. So there was a few really cool optical illusions and animated effects that I guess a lot of people hadn't heard of before based on the response to the video. And one of them specifically is when you dangle banners through certain specific block types, it amplifies that sort of subtle back and forth wave that they do, that little animation. And when you kind of compound that over many blocks, it creates this rolling wave effect that goes through your build. And clearly it probably doesn't make much sense right now listening to me describe it. And similarly, I thought I can't just say what that is in this video. I have to show people. So I need a build that I can use to show people. And a disco hall build seemed like the perfect thing, because the way that that wave effect moves around a build really reminded me of the way that light bounces off of a disco glitter ball and kind of sprays all around the walls and rotates. So I put that together, and I thought immediately, as soon as I knew I was going to build a disco, as I said earlier, my channel Discord is already called the Dingy Disco, and I thought, well, I can't forgive myself if I don't use this opportunity.
Yeah.
And so, I invited them all to join me and dance with me for that scene.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Yeah. So I think we've got a clip.
Yeah. Should we run that now?
Sure. Yeah. If you can find the perfect combo of patterns and block shapes, you can give your builds more movement and life than you ever thought possible.
That's so fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it was just I would say it was a lot more fun to do even than it was to watch, even if it did seem fun to watch. We did truly have a proper dance party, and we just recorded it, and that's what you can see there.
Yeah. Besides the build itself, so many things went into that sequence. Dancing, music, redstone. Do you have any favorite details?
There's a few. I would say my favorite detail, it wouldn't have been in that clip, but my favorite detail is actually something I had nothing to do with. Just before that dance sequence starts in the episode, you can see a shot of the outside of the dance club, and a couple of the dancers spawned in an iron golem for the lineup as a bouncer to get into the club, and they gave him sunglasses with block entities, I think. Anyway, I just thought that was such a hilarious idea, and I had to include it in the video, obviously. And yeah, it was one of my favorite things starting that recording. And I was like, this is going to be fun.
How'd you come up with the choreography?
Well, that actually came together pretty easily, because I would say there's not a whole lot of ways to move your player through the game in Minecraft. So we basically just had to pick which order we did the 3 or 4 generic moves that are actually possible in game. I will say I did come into the sequence with a head start. The previous episode of that series was a full-on musical with original songs, ballroom dancings, and interweaving barbershop quartets. And yet that was my first encounter with choreography in Minecraft. I learned a lot of lessons from that, a lot of them the hard way. And that helped me approach this disco scene a lot more strategically. I would say, for example, one big challenge with Minecraft choreo is just, latency and server lag. It has to all look lined up from my perspective, and for a lot of other perspectives, it probably needs to be out of sync for it to actually look good. So the way I actually planned this scene out was that at any given time, you'd only have, 2 or 3 players actually dancing in unison while everyone else is kind of just doing their own thing. So that way it would kind of resemble an actual dance club, but at the same time, it would prevent us from having, 6 people all needing to be in sync at the same time, which is what made the previous episodes dancing kind of challenging.
Yeah.
So yeah, for most of that sequence, all I really had to do was tell people, where on the dance floor to stand, and then, and what direction to face, so that they would have so they'd be facing the cameras, and then they improvised about 99% of the dance moves themselves. I would say one person I do need to thank is actually in the audience, Connor. He helped me with some rehearsals ahead of time, and that also made things a lot cleaner on the day. Especially because if you watch back the scene, it's hard to remember sometimes when you're watching someone else's video that when they're in F5, they're not looking at you, the audience. They're not looking forward at a camera. They're looking backward at their own face.
Yeah.
So I also had to get those dance moves right while in F5. Anyway, but yeah, we've got 2 dancers here. We've also got Jay in the audience, who you'll remember busted some moves of his own. Yeah, I really can't thank the disco dancers enough, though. They gave that sequence all the energy and all the movement that made it really successful, and all I really did, honestly, for most of that recording was stand up on that back balcony, just flipping the lights on and off and playing music over Discord.
And you made all that music yourself, right?
Yes. So with only a couple of rare exceptions, I've made all the background music you hear on my channel. In fact, I've actually made songs for some other YouTubers as well now, like Edie and Gamefruit Pulp, both great YouTubers, by the way. Make sure you check them out. And and I did Nice Name. I did his intro and outro. You might know him. He's the Geology Minecraft guy that's blowing up right now. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Have you been making music for a long time?
No, I guess I actually don't have that much experience with music making before I started my YouTube channel. This is maybe going to sound a bit like a joke, but it's genuinely what happened. Back when I was making my first video, a lot of YouTubers were getting copyright strikes at the time, and I was really worried that would happen to me as well. So I started researching all the rules and figuring out how international copyright law worked and everything. And it just got so complicated so quickly and honestly so boring. And I just figured if I make the music myself, I don't have to understand any of this. So yeah, that's literally why. And then I gave it a go. It turned out okay. And yeah, I didn't even plan to stick with it for more than a couple of videos because I figured, once I've got an intro, an outro, maybe a time-lapse song or something, that's kind of me set to go. But yeah, it ended up being an incredible experience. I really, really loved it. And now I even kind of go out of my way to make sure I can't really repeat songs. I always have to come up with new ones by giving each of my Meerkats from Mars episodes its own unique genre.
Yeah.
Typically something that'll kind of go with the lesson of the episode.
So you learned to play some instruments after starting YouTube.
A few of them, yeah. I actually did already know how to play a few instruments beforehand, and actually, even though I'm new to making my own music, I did already play the piano live in Minecraft through the Empress Cafe. So my base on the Meerkats server has a sort of cafe in it, and whenever people book a seat there, they'll come and visit me, and they might enjoy some food. There's a genuine menu, and while they sit and enjoy that, I will serenade them on my real life piano over prox chat. I've actually tried to. It's hard to play live piano music to a YouTube audience, but I have recorded a live at the Empress Cafe video where there's kind of a tour of my base as well, and I've made that into somewhat of an annual tradition as well. So the second one, you will have to find it on my Discord, but yeah, I did perform a second piano piece for people and this past holiday season. So yeah, check out the Dingy Disco and find a link. It'll be there.
That's awesome. Anything you can tell us about any upcoming projects?
I would say there's, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. For episode 11 of the Meerkats from Mars server, if you watched episode 10, you'll know that at the end, I sort of get stranded on some unknown worlds. I don't have, any tools or gear. Since that build tutorial series started quite a ways into my progress on the Meerkats world, I'm going to seize this opportunity to have an early game episode. So I'm going to start out from scratch, punch some trees, make some starter farms, and all of that while I kind of work out somewhat slowly, I'll admit, how to get back home. And while I do that, I'm also going to try and put together what I would describe as the swankiest dirt hut you've ever seen.
Awesome.
So yeah, there'll be a focus on early game blocks in building.
Nice.
There's also, I guess other than Meerkats, there's also the Building Toronto series, which is just started. So there will be a second episode somewhat soon, which covers the market score condos. So that was my second test build in my builder application. It's a really big apartment complex near St. Lawrence Market. And spoiler alert, the tests went well. I did pass my application, so there will be an episode 3 too. And actually, fun fact, while recording some in-world footage for episode 3, I just the other day ended up breaking a Guinness World Record. So
wow.
Yeah, that'll all be seen in that video. I'm excited for people to check it out.
Yeah. Congratulations, I guess twice over.
Thank you. A lot of other people got the same record, so not don't get your hopes sky high, but I'm still pretty happy about it.
Yeah. So you're going to perform a song a little later for us. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So I've picked a song from episode 9 of my Meerkats from Mars series, which was basically a full-length Disney musical, but in Minecraft, I guess. That episode was based on storytelling, and it covers a whole bunch of different techniques for telling a story, just from using blocks and decorations of a build. And while it's functionally still a Minecraft build tutorial, like usual, it's structured like a Disney-style musical about this fictional, deep, dark community of villagers. It's got world-building songs. It's got villain songs. I actually convinced the other server members to join me for this big ensemble song. But, as you guys know, every Disney musical worth its salt needs an I Want song. So, you got Part of Your Worlds, Can't Wait to Be King, Once Upon a Dream, all of those classics. my Minecraft equivalent, which is what I'll be performing for you guys later, is called Along the Way, and it tells a story of an emotionally lost cartographer whose adventures teach him that fulfillment isn't always at a journey's destination. Sometimes it's found on the journey itself.
Awesome. Remind the audience where they can find you.
Primarily on YouTube. So that's youtube.com/@Dingyfried. That's where I post all my main content, and I also have a Reddit account for shorter clips and screenshots. As I mentioned earlier, I've also got a community Discord called the Dingy Disco, which has some exclusive content and some in-game events. And yeah, if you ever want to reach out, I've got an Ask Me Anything page on my Discord, which is quite active. And yeah, I do still read every one of my YouTube comments. Once again, drop a comment. Comments are the best. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to get a hold of me.
Awesome. Thank you for being here today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Everybody give it up for Dingyfried. And we'll be right back right after this.
Or maybe you're a Minecraft cosplayer.
I am Steve.
A Minecraft fan artist. Or maybe you make map art or pixel art. Perhaps you write Minecraft fan fiction. We are always looking to feature Minecraft projects just like yours. Send us your submissions at submission@lmitwom.com. And if you'd like to be a guest or help on the show, reach out to us at apply@lmitwom.com. Now, for the first time ever, on Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, Dingyfried.
My whole life, I've been told I must choose a destination, that every villager finds a path, one that ends at their workstation. In their pursuit of happiness, my friends have found their bearings. Their passion seems to guide them, but meanwhile I'm despairing. In books I've scrolled, I farmed the land, I learned to brew. I've tried it all, but there's still no job I love to do. How come every occupation feels like I've resigned? I feel so lost. If the way is clear, I must be blind. The elders always warn me of the worlds beyond this cave, whose monsters and mutations led my mother to her grave. But they also told me to be brave. It's clear my destination isn't here at home, so I must fight my fears and find new lands to roam. Before the dawn, the mob's attacks, I missed my friends. I carried on, still searching for my journey's end. I'm still so lost. This world is so unfamiliar, but after all these twists and bends, I see my path was never meant to be linear. My whole life I've been told I must choose an occupation, that fulfillment awaits me at my journey's destination. Despite what people may say, I know my path hasn't led me astray, thanks to all the joy I found along the way.
Thanks, everybody. It's been a great show. Don't forget to check out the description for links to our guests and more. B-dubs, my apologies once again. We just ran out of time. See you next month. Have a good night.
Woo!